Would you please rise and, well, we don't rise yet, sorry. You can sit back down, we're going to pray first. We're just doing exercise. Excuse me. Ms. Mack, would you like, we're going to call the meeting to order? Thank you. I called the meeting, or I did. Can you pray, please? Oh, we got to do the date. It's Tuesday, April 14th. We're calling the meeting to order. Thank you. Now we can rise. They keep me in line.
I ask all of you to bow as we pray in our faith and you pray in yours. Most holy and everlasting Father, thou art God and God alone. Father, today is a beautiful day, another day that you've let us live. Father, we realize that it is in you that we live and move and have our being. So before we ask you for anything, we just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for another day. And Father, we want to bring to your attention, he who watches the city watches in vain. So the Bible says, except the Lord watch the city, they watch in vain. So these are hallowed halls, and we are the faithful stewards behind these sacred desks. Father, we thank you for your divine protection. Father, we ask you that we would be able to come together, grow together, go together in every section, every service, for every citizen. We ask you to keep all of us safe and in your care. Continue with your loving kindness and your tender mercies on all of the citizens of Hartsville and those that travel in and out. We ask these blessings in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, we do pray. Amen.
Would you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you join me now in the civility pledge? Okay. I pledge to build a stronger and more prosperous community by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my city. Thank you. All right. Get down to the approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to waive the reading and approve the minutes of March 10th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, presentations. All right, we're going to have several presentations and proclamations. The first one is Kristen Dampier going to talk about Congenital Diaphragmatic Hernia Awareness Day, and I'm going to present a proclamation for that. Is Kristen here? Go ahead and do the proclamation. Andy Kristen Dampier. That's it. This is something I didn't know about. It's one of the things I love about this proclamation is I learned something too. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay on that? Okay. I'll speak loudly.
Pull it up to your mouth.
1 in every 2,500 pregnancies are diagnosed with congenital diaphragmatic hernias, CDH, a serious condition when a baby's diaphragm fails to fully form, allowing abdominal organs to move into the chest cavity and preventing lung growth. Since 2000, it's estimated that over 800,000 babies have been born with CDH, with only 50% of those babies surviving. While 1,600 babies are born with CDH in the U.S. each year, CDH is as common as spina bifida and cystic fibrosis. However, very few people know about it or are aware of it. I wasn't. There are many people living in South Carolina who've been diagnosed with and have survived their CDH, although families in Hartsville have endured the horrible pain and grief associated with the loss of loved ones with congenital diaphragmatic hernias. Those with CDH are often endure multiple surgeries and possible medical complications beyond their diagnosis that include heart defects, pulmonary complications, gastric and intestinal problems, developmental delays, and may require respiratory and medicinal support for years. Raising awareness of this congenital defect will help bring about acceptance and support for those suffering with it and for their families, and will help advocate for urgently needed medical research and advances. Therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville in the state of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim April 19th, 2026 as Congenital Diaphragmatic Hernia Awareness Day.
Just hold it closer to your mouth.
Hold it close. Hey, there we go. All right, so now if the PD Coalition and Durant Children's Center would come up. Thank you. Hey, didn't see you come in. Welcome, yeah. Where sexual assault affects adults and children in the PD region, not only as a victim survivors, but also as family members, loved ones, friends, neighbors, or coworkers of a victim. Sexual assault is one of the most devastating crimes in our society today, with victims often suffering lifelong pain from physical injury and serious emotional trauma. Volunteers and service providers in our communities are dedicated to providing care to sexual assault survivors through 24-hour hotlines, counseling, support groups, advocacy, medical care, and education. The 2026 observance of Sexual Assault Awareness Month encourages people to learn more about sexual violence and its prevention and how to help survivors heal from this personal violation. Now, therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville of the state of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Y'all want to share a word?
Basically, we're with the Durant Children's Center, which is a program of the PD Coalition. So we deal with the kids where the PD Coalition deals with the adults, but it's pretty much the same kind of thing, working with victims and trying to work with families. They all need support, counseling, and everything that we can do to help them out.
Okay, thank you for advocating. This is going to stay right up here. I'm sorry. And Tracy. Yes, ma'am. It's also Child Abuse Prevention Month. South Carolina's future prosperity and quality of life depend on the healthy development of the more than 1.1 million children residing in diverse communities across our state, including 13,888. It's not a rounded number. That's every child counts in Darlington County. Preventing childhood trauma, including abuse and neglect, must be a priority that requires everyone to support the physical, emotional, social, and educational well-being of all children. Childhood abuse is a serious public health issue, with wide-ranging societal consequences, as data show the link between the abuse and neglect of children and a wide range of costly medical, emotional, psychological, and behavioral issues into adulthood. Parents and caregivers who have a support system of family or friends know where to find public resources and understand how to remain resilient in challenging times, are best equipped to provide safe, nurturing environments for their children. Statewide and community prevention programs serve as proven and effective ways to reduce child abuse and neglect, no matter the geographical region, race or ethnicity or economic status. Abuse is everywhere. Communities like ours must make every effort to promote programs and activities that build strong children and families. In the fiscal year 24-25, there were 7,024 substantiated Child Protective Service investigations involving 12,371 children in South Carolina, and 208 investigations involving 386 children in Darlington County. It's among us. Therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville, South Carolina, hereby proclaim April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And Tracy, would you like to speak to that?
I think we kind of ditto back to what you're saying. These families need support, and Child and Family will be 14 years old next month and providing our 12th annual camp, a day camp for children in our community. And abroad, it kind of has branched out a little bit, but it's May 14th. So if you know of someone, the training is the 14th and the camp is on May 16th, and it's for children that have had traumatic events in their life, grief and loss. And our goal is to help bring resilient and hopeful hearts to the children in Hartsville.
Those are heavy topics, but the good news is we have people that are taking care of our children, our ladies, our families every single day. And I just wanted to say thank you again for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Going back up, Tracy. It's incredible for a town our size, the amount of things we provide for our people in all facets of our people. Grief is natural and healthy response to the death of a loved one, and the loss of someone of an individual holds dear or treasures. There are thousands of deaths each year in Hartsville and the surrounding communities, leaving behind countless family members, friends, and loved ones to cope with the void in their lives. Grief resulting from disasters such as COVID-19 or the death of a friend, colleague, or a pet is often unrecognized and unacknowledged by others, and therefore experienced without a network of support. Cultural traditions, religious and individual family and community mourning practices, along with the knowledge and understanding of the grieving process, contribute to a healing environment and improve mental and physical well-being following all forms of loss and grief. The annual All Seasons Camp, is this what you're talking about? The annual All Seasons Camp brings young people and their families together in a positive environment to discover creative ways of saying goodbye to an old season, embrace a new one, and find new hope and healing. Therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville of the State of South Carolina, hereby proclaim the week of May 10 to 16 of 2026 as Hope in Hartsville Week. And encourage all citizens to be conscious and supportive of those around us experiencing loss as they heal through the journey of grief. Thank you.
We do need volunteers. If you love giving back, come on, we would love to have you. We'll be having training earlier in the week, so it's very rewarding.
Thank you.
You ladies call me and remind me, and if it's in my schedule, I'll come and help you have a blast line dancing. I'll teach you.
That
and
would
we'll
be
just have
awesome.
the biggest blast.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right. It's also General Aviation Week, and I took off who I'm supposed to bring forward. I'm sorry. The Airport Advisory Board, excuse me. Who's on the Airport Advisory Board? Brandon's coming up. You coming up too? What's your name? Dan Askins. Oh, yeah, I've heard about you. Yeah, Brandon, good to see you. How was that wreck? Did you get all that resolved? Or I'm just kidding. I am so excited that we have a growing and prospering airport in our town. This is one of those kind of unknown or lesser-known elements of a healthy and prosperous town, and our airport is growing, and you're a big part of that. Thank you, and Brandon, thank you for shepherding that as well. This week, April 19 to 25, is General Aviation Week. We have 24,000 flights annually from Hartsville. That's amazing. Does that count the guy with the glider thing? That is not counting. Has anybody seen him?
Oh, he's just up there enjoying the world.
Yeah, we had a good picture from him the other day. It supports a $2.1 million economic benefit to the local economy. $2 million. I'd love to see that to be 4. How can we make that happen? We'll find a way. Okay. Thank you. We have a lot of proclamations. All right. Brandy, you can stay up here. There you are. Okay.
Getting good at receiving these.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's in the foundation business. She runs a foundation. And she said, really just hit her, everybody needs a place to stay. Everybody. And that's why we have Fair Housing Month, to recognize that it's a vital need for everyone. Every year, Housing and Urban Development proclaims the month of April as Fair Housing Month to commemorate the anniversary of the passage of the Fair Housing Act in 1968. South Carolina enacted the South Carolina Fair Housing Law in 1989, which guarantees the right of every person to live where they choose, regardless of their race, color, national origin, sex, religion, familial status, or disability. It took us a long time to get there. The state of South Carolina must certify each year that it will affirmatively further fair housing in local governments as a condition of receiving CDBG grants, Community Development Block Grants, right? Yes. So the city desires all its citizens be afforded the opportunity to attain a decent, safe, and sound living environment. We reject discrimination on the basis of race, religion, color, sex, national origin, disability, and or familial status in the sale, rental, or provision of other housing services. April is recognized nationally as Fair Housing Month because it presents an ideal time to focus on fair housing issues in our community. Therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Fair Housing Month.
Brandon, quick question. Do you know what the waiting list looks like at the public housing in Section 8? You know what that waiting list looks like? I'll get that information to you. We're very, very deficient because people are on the waiting list sometimes for 2, 3 years. It only opens up very rarely. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention.
All right. Can our firefighters come up? Who do you have, Chief? During the snowpocalypse a few months ago, I had the privilege of being hanging out at the fire station because that was the Central Command or whatever, and I got to go on a fire call. Emergency Operations Center. There you go. And I am such a fanboy of the fire department. It's really awesome. Police department too, actually. Okay. U.S. Congress and President of the United States have designated the day of the annual National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Service as a day to honor firefighters and emergency services personnel who've sacrificed their lives to save others. Firefighters and emergency services personnel play an essential role in the protection of lives and property in our local community. An average of 80 firefighters courageously makes the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty every year. National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend marks the weekend of International Firefighters Day on May 3rd. It's of major importance that we increase our efforts to reduce deaths, injuries, and property losses from fire. On October 16th, 2001, President Bush approved legislation requiring the American flag to be lowered to half-staff on all federal buildings and include the U.S. Capitol and the White House, as well as our local community, to memorialize fallen firefighters. Therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville and the State of South Carolina, so hereby proclaim April 26th to May 3rd, 2026 as Fallen Firefighters Memorial Days and May 3rd, 2026 as Firefighters Day. Thank you. Tried to get out of this. I actually did not have this printed. I got it. Where is Miss Skipper? Oh, yeah, you thought you were getting out of this too. Come on up here. There are people that are doing the hard work every day, tirelessly working on your behalf for the city every day. And one of their hardest jobs is keeping up with me. That's why it takes two of them. I'm flanked by them. The Office of Professional Municipal Clerk is a time-honored and vital part of local government that exists throughout the world and is the oldest office among public servants. Office of Professional Municipal Clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels and serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. I didn't know this. The municipal clerk is the only municipal staff role that is required by state law, regardless of a municipality's size or form of government, and all 271 cities and towns in the state are required to have a municipal clerk. Hartsville's city clerk, Andrea DeBose Crenshaw, plays a critical and varied role to support the mayor, city council, city staff, and the public, and is pledged to be ever mindful of her neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. And Sharon Skipper, Ms. Skipper, is our special projects coordinator director, special projects director, excuse me. She was also the former city clerk, and Andrea studied under her. So it's really amazing how we've been able to pass on. People all over the state go to Ms. Skipper for advice. True story. Regardless of city size, municipal clerks have seen their roles and responsibilities expand with changing times, advancements in software and hardware. Municipal clerks have become increasingly adept at using technology to prepare materials, for meeting agenda packets, to record meeting minutes, and to manage public records. They get their professional training from South Carolina Municipal Finance Officers, Clerks, and Treasurers Association. Now, therefore, I, Dan Askins III, Mayor of the City of Hartsville and the State of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim the week of May 3rd through May 9th, 2026, as the 57th Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and recognize and honor the valuable contributions of our City Clerk, Andrew DeBose Crenshaw, and Deputy City Clerk, Sharon Skipper, make to our city. Is that all the proclamations? All of them are important. Okay. Done proclamations. Okay. All right, so we have now a presentation by our pickleball Club, Hartsville Pickleball Club, and Miss Patty Sponseller. Good evening. Thank you for
evening.
coming. And if you could, move the mic a little closer to you, so all thousands of people can hear what you say.
Good evening. I'm Patty Sponseller with the Hartsville Pickleball Club. And I've been asked to speak to you and let you know how and why we started a pickleball club in Hartsville. Also, we want to update you on all the progress that we have made in the last 3 years. I moved here about 7 years ago and struggled to find pickleball. There were a few people playing at TB Thomas, and we're trying to learn and play with the rules. And that's where we play right now, indoor pickleball. Long story short, in the beginning, we didn't have enough players to play with. So we would start at a carpool going to Florence and playing with the Florence Pickleball Club a couple times a week. We made great friends in Florence, and we would always go to lunch afterwards. We began a great friendship with the Florence Pickleball Club. We decided it was time to get pickleball going in Hartsville, and I decided, with the backing and the support of the Florence Pickleball Club, to become a USA Pickleball Ambassador for Darlington County. By being an ambassador, I was able to get grants, balls, paddles. My family donated 2 nets. TB Thomas allowed us free of charge to hold clinics in the gym. They allowed people to come in 1 hour a week for 5 weeks for several clinics, and pickleball began. It was a win-win for everyone. Most people joined the gym, and we had more people to play with. We finally grew enough to want outdoor courts. So at this time, I met with a city commissioner, Bobby McGee, Brianna from the Byerly Foundation, and Adam, who was running the Byerly Park at this time. It was a casual meeting. We were around the park. We rode around the park on a golf cart looking for places maybe to put courts and just talking casually. They recommended that I start a pickleball club and become a 501c3. We did just that. Hartsville Club started in March of 2023, and we became a 501c3 in October of 2023. We currently have around 100 members. Ages range from youth to 80 years old. We actually have 6 players that are well into their 80s that are playing pickleball. We have many families of 3 generations playing, and I think that's amazing. Florence Pickleball Club was a huge help to getting us started. They held a tournament in Florence for raising money for the Hartsville Pickleball Club. We have an amazing relationship with Florence Pickleball Club, and that's why we call them our sister club. We are very lucky to have Florence Pickleball president on our board, and he has been there since day one, the beginning of our club, and that is Buddy Dawkins. We are also very, very thankful for our outdoor courts, and we are blessed to have them. As you've noticed, they get used quite often.
Yeah.
We are an organized, inclusive, and self-managed community group. We welcome recreational play and competitive play, such as tournaments. There's been one tournament held at Lawton Park, and it was for the Special Olympics. They hosted about 60 people. Our sister club in Florence have 16 courts, and they run tournaments regularly. In the last 6 tournaments, they have hosted 418 players. 155 of them were from out of town. In their 2 evening ladder leagues, 26 of 116 players, 26 of them were from out of town. Players have traveled to Florence for pickleball from New York, Utah, Georgia, Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Florida. Most all the players will have to eat locally and stay at hotels.
Yes.
All of the tournament funds are donated to local charities. Hartsville Pickleball Club would like to do the same in Hartsville. We are a 501c3, a nonprofit pickleball club. We are here to benefit the city of Hartsville and its residents. Our mission: promoting healthy living and fitness, encouraging mental wellness through physical activity and socialization, offering instruction through clinics, feeder programs that include local schools and health facilities. We love supporting local charities. We provide generous return on the investment to the community. Our goals: examine and restructure our membership, development events and tournament schedules, set up teaching clinic schedules, and building awareness and partners with our volunteer community. We have volunteered free pickleball clinics for the Sheriff's Department summer camp, free clinics at the YMCA summer camp, free adult clinics at the T.B. Thomas and Lawton Park, and free youth clinics. The first Tuesday of every month, we pack food for the Carolina kids. Our past president, Jessica White, started working with Special Olympics in teaching pickleball. Kendrick and Elvis were also a part of this project, too. Many of us became unified partners and played with our Special Olympians at the South Carolina State Tournament. 2 went on to play in the regional tournament, and they both placed. Watching their families earn these medals was priceless, and they had to earn these medals. Not everybody got medals. We also have Lawton Day cleanup. In just 3 years, we have donated $500 to Special Olympics, $1,000 to Trent Hill Center, $1,000 to Boys and Girls Club. At T.B. Thomas, we donated the dividers in the gym for pickleball. We've donated $250 to Rubicon, Hartsville Interface Ministry, and Food Drive. We sponsor a girls' softball team with the rec department, and we've also donated to the Humane Society. Pickleball is a low-cost, high-participation, and community building, and we are proud to be a part of the Hartsville community. Thank you.
Ms. Ponceller, 1 second, just for the record, can you say your name and your address too, please?
Patty Sponseller, 2645 Mossy Oak Drive.
Thank you. And you want to have a tournament at Lawton Park, correct? Currently, we charge $500 a day for 1 day and $800 for 2 days. I've asked Manager Moore if we could waive that fee, and we're in a place where we can do that.
Yes, for a nonprofit, we'd be happy to waive that.
All right.
Awesome.
So
Yes, we're very grateful. Thank you.
good. Please bring lots of people here and tell them to eat a sandwich in one of our restaurants and buy some clothes in our
And gas and whatever
place.
else they may need.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. I think pickleball is a great sport, and thank you for giving back to the community.
We appreciate our courts very much, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have John Russ wants to talk about the lift station. Okay. And sir, if you would say your name and address when you get up there too, please. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mack. Yeah, by the mic there. If you can sit by the mic, please, so we can hear. No, behind the microphone.
Chair.
Sit. I need you to be close to the microphone so we can hear you.
And-
I guess I'll need it.
Yes, sir. Everything's recorded. We need to make sure everybody can hear everything you say. Thank you.
Yes, my name is John Russ. I live at 714 Linwood Place. I brought Mr. David Hope, came with me. He's my next door neighbor, 716 Linwood Place. I want to thank you for allowing us to be here tonight and put us on your agenda. And personally want to thank each one of you for being on the council. This is a job that you wanted to do or be involved in. There's too many people that, like myself in the past, sit around and talk about things that are bad and don't want to be involved and do anything about them. But I appreciate each one of you and what your job you do.
Thank
and
you.
Taking time to do this.
Thank you, sir.
An honor to serve.
I have here a quick, small paragraph I wanted to read. This had to do with the revitalization infrastructure projects. And the reporter was interviewing City Manager Daniel Moore, and that the city had been awarded the largest grant in its history. We have been awarded $8.5 million plus an additional $500,000 from our application to the State Fund South Carolina Infrastructure Improvement Plan and Rural Infrastructure Authorization, respectively, as Moore said. Several critical infrastructure needs have been identified and targeted for improvement and for replacement, including our wastewater treatment plant, wastewater lift stations, water pump room, and the city's water tank, combined with an obligation of $1 million from our Stimulus American Rescue Plan Act funds. We have a combined $10 million worth of improvements coming to our city. That paper is dated January the 3rd, 2024. That's 27 months ago.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to talk about the lift station, which is on Mr. Holt's property. That lift station has been there somewhere between 70 and 75 years.
Wow.
It's outdated, it's old, and it's a high maintenance project. It's part of a vital part of our infrastructure in Hartsville. And someone goes and checks that, has to check it every single day of the year. They go and listen to it and look for obvious leaks and check some gauges on it. That goes on 365 days a year, to the best of my knowledge. Every few weeks, it requires some kind of maintenance. There's somebody working on it all the time. And then every 1 or 2 years, they have to have major maintenance on it, which is a real problem because they have to bring heavy equipment in Mr. Holt's backyard, and some of it's accessible, some of it's not. They have to bring what they call a cherry picker sometime, forklift, flatbed trucks. And when they do that, they have to lay down plywood in his backyard to keep from damaging his yard and putting depressions in it. Anyway, about 2 months ago, someone knocked on my front door and told me they needed to pull a truck in my yard to work on the station. It was some sort of pump truck. They said they were not able to get it in Mr. Holt's yard because it wouldn't make the right turn around his driveway. It was too large to do that because there was a power utility pole in the way. And asked me could they use my driveway to do it. And I told them, yeah, sure, to help y'all out, I'll be glad to. So they did, and they brought a tremendous truck in there, and after they'd been there for several hours, they came back, knocked on the front door, and told my wife they had damaged my driveway.
Oh, no.
So anyway, I went out and let it, but we were nice about it, and wasn't any controversy, and the man was very apologetic, and Mr. Lacoste, I believe is his name. Anyway, he was very apologetic about it and said they'd be glad to take care of it and just to let them know what it was going to be and to fix it. So anyway, like I said, that was 2 months ago, so I got someone to come look at it. Someone that the city uses sometime, and that's Dempsey Construction Company. And Bill Dempsey is a good friend of mine, and he gave me a price of what it was going to cost of patching it or repaving the damaged part. Anyway, damaged area is approximately 1,160 square feet and 116 feet long in length. Anyway, he gave me an estimate of what it was going to cost, $5,333 to repair it. So I appreciate him giving me that. But I'm here to just say it's a vital part of our infrastructure. It's old and outdated, and the plan was, in my understanding, to relocate it across the street. And a parcel of land, 20 by 20, about 20 by 20, has been purchased, my understanding, because it's been surveyed. So I assume it's been purchased. And that pump, where it's located now, it's just not conducive to have it back there because you can't work on it, you can't repair it, you can't get the equipment back there to work on it. So if it was relocated where they have talked about relocating, which is across the street, they can drive up right up beside it and do any kind of maintenance they want to. We're asking the council to determine if there's a plan that has been developed, and if not, get with the right people and try to get a plan established to relocate that pump. And then finally, try to expedite the plan to get it done in some kind of timely manner. That pretty well concludes what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Mr. Russ. Mr. Moore, do you have some updates on that?
Yes, so the skip money that we did get, we got $8.5 million plus $500,000 from RIA. We quoted close to $10 million worth of projects. When we got the bids back, it was over $20 million for everything. Prices have skyrocketed. The pump station at Dogwood was one of the ones that we had to cut back from the project. We did purchase the land, however, the good news is that the pump that, actually the lift truck that came in there and cracked your driveway, unfortunately, which we will pay for the $5,333, thank you for the quote, that was to help take the water down so that we could replace the pumps, which we did. So those pumps have been replaced. We have updated this lift station. That can then be relocated to the new lift station when we do formulate a plan for that. It's just things have gotten so cost prohibitive lately. A pump station 5 years ago was $500,000. Now they're preaching close to $1 million for a lift station. The costs have skyrocketed. Of all the skip projects that we do, we will spend all $10 million of that by year end. One of the major improvements is actually to our wastewater treatment plant to extend the life of that plant. So it did, one of the ones, we did update 2 lift stations up for 14, but it was cost prohibitive to do dog lift station, which we did update council several months ago on that. But we do have a plan. It is engineered. It is ready to go. As soon as we have the funding in place and costs come down a little bit, which we hope will happen soon, we will be replacing that lift station.
Are we seeking grants for that, I assume?
As often as we can.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, I think that's the only pump in Hartsville that's located on someone's private property, especially in their backyard.
No, it is in the backyard of property, but we do have pumps on private property we had to purchase. Lift stations have to be centered strategically so we can pump the sewer up. It just happens to be in that location, yes, sir. But we can get to it, we're just gonna crack your driveway.
yeah.
So,
But you did hear that we're going to repair your driveway, sir?
yes, sir. If you could give us that quote, we'll take care of that driveway. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Russ, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And we're sorry for causing any damage, and thank you for your patience, for you and Mr. Holt for allowing us to keep that and maintain it on your properties. Okay, do we have anyone sign up for public comments? Okay, all right. So we can turn it over to City Manager Moore to give us an update.
Yes, sir. Just a couple updates for you. As a reminder, I believe I have Mercy Monk here. We have the Chamber of Commerce Annual Membership Banquet, which is going to be this Thursday at Drangalen House, 210 East Home, at 5:30 p.m. So I believe tickets, are they already sold out, Murphy? They're sold out, so sorry. It should be a really good night.
I'm
It always
going.
is a wonderful event, and the Chamber does a great job with it. So thank you, Murphy. We do have the budget workshop coming up. We are finalizing those numbers Tuesday, May 5th at 9 a.m. It's going to be, there's a change on here, going to be here in council chambers. We have, all of our rental facilities are rented out, so that's okay. So we'll be doing it here. But it's 9 a.m. Feel free to come if it's open to the public. Come see how the sausage is made. It's a very exciting time. And then you should have gotten in your emails a master plan update. The biggest one tonight is, of course, we are reading the final reading of the UDO tonight, which is very exciting. But if you have any questions about the master plan and what we're doing, it's a lot going on. We're very excited about the progress so far. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
What about the housing summit?
Oh, sorry, I'm speaking tomorrow at the SC Affordable Housing Summit. It's the annual meeting for affordable housing across the state. I'm on a panel for that. So I'll be leaving tonight for Columbia, so I like the meeting ending right now. That's great, so I can get on the way. But I'll be speaking there tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, and one more thing. Michelle gently reminded me, would you introduce our 2 new staff members, Michelle?
Oh, yes.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome. That reminds me, I would love for all of you to go to the museum. They have an incredible American Revolution exhibit right now to celebrate our 250th anniversary as a country, and it is really good. I've been there twice now to see it, and it's amazing how much history they have preserved there. So,
Mr. Mayor,
yes.
before we move on,
Ma'am.
is there another planned date for our police department for their awards?
A planned date for the, say it one more time, sorry.
The police department for the awards they won?
Not yet. We have it in the works though.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
That's
So
all.
go to that housing summit and get all the goods.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
we definitely need more housing, don't we?
And I want you to understand, Dane has been with the city for 6 years, and he is speaking at an affordable housing summit that the city of Hartsville needs so much housing. So that's gives you a measure of his character. He's only been here 6 years, but he's going from state out of South Carolina, actually speaking. And I just wanted the public to be aware of that.
That's good. Thank you. Okay, we go to our information packets. We got 367 pages in our packet to read for this meeting. Big portion of it's Unified Development Ordinance. We're going to acknowledge we received it as information only. Do we have any questions from the council about any of those things? I have a couple questions. Nobody else has any? Mr. Moore, can you tell us about the tournaments we have coming, April 18th and April 25 and 26?
Yes, sir. We have a tournament this weekend, a softball tournament. I believe we had now 7 teams have made, and
7 teams.
And we looked at where they're all from. They're all from all over the state, which
great.
is very exciting.
It is
As
exciting.
far as Georgetown, I believe.
Yep, that was the first one I saw was Georgetown on it, but there was actually no Hartsville teams on it. They were all around. I was looking at the April 25th, April 26th. I'm still trying to find the information on that. I'm going to get up with Kendrick on that
Okay.
to see if that's Top Gun or Perfect Game, but I didn't see it on either one. So let me follow up with him on that one. But the
Thank
other
you.
one, and they already got the schedule set. The brackets are out there. If you want to go
Awesome.
look at the Perfect Game website, you can see what times they play.
You know, we've talked about it several times, and I really appreciate y'all doing this. Tournaments are a big deal to me, sports tournaments like pickleball, and that's why I was so passionate about speaking to y'all about having pickleball. That brings people here, and they don't just come here. They come here and they eat, they stay. The Billy White tournament that was this past week had people from as far away as Ohio, and I saw them at the Rooster. I know the hotels were booked out to the point where some teams had to stay in Florence. So it has a major economic impact. So I want tournaments for every sport here, and I'm so excited to see those tournaments coming. Thank you. Mr. Moore, I sent you a text or email about the ATAX. Could you just explain to us a little bit about the 2% and 3%? I read the thing you sent me. Thank you. And I want everybody to understand that.
And I'm going to also have my assistant city manager and CFO, so check me when I talk
Perfect.
about this. So we do have a 3% local accommodations tax that's put on local or people staying in our local hotels. We do distribute that through different channels in our general fund. The 2% is the one most people are familiar with, and that is the state accommodation tax, which is, I believe, made up of our short-term rentals across the state, campgrounds, and also some other facility rentals across the entire state that then the state distributes to cities and counties across it. That's the one that we put up for grants. And the city does not have to do a grant process, but we do. We do have to distribute it per state law according to how it breaks down. We have to have a designee for 30% of it. We have to have 25,000 go to a certain point, another 5,000 go to a certain point. We have associated costs we have to do with it, and then we also have the grant portion. So we do all that. We have a accommodations ATAX meeting that is coming up. That is a board that is established by City Council. They meet yearly, and they will hear grant requests from the city, to the city. They will then make a recommendation to City Council to distribute those funds. And it has to be for very specific uses that bring people into Hartsville. The best way to remember is heads and beds. So if you're going to have an event that brings people in that are going to stay overnight, that is what ATAX money is for. It is different from hospitality a little bit. It's a little more strict. ATAX is more strict. But for the most part, we're very excited to continue to offer that as a grant for our citizens.
And that's, if you can demonstrate as a pickleball tournament that you're bringing people to stay in our hotels, you can apply for a grant to get money back to your 501c3 to use to further pickleball.
And I would encourage people, if you want to find out more about it, which Chastity is really the guru around it, the controller here, she handles all of that process for us. We do have the application on our website. Also, you will have the SC state law code that you can go by and read into it about what can you apply for, what can it go towards. There are certain things the money has to go towards. And all of that is there. And Chastity, like I said, is a great resource. She will help you walk through it. She's actually worked with a few applicants in the past and let them know that it actually wouldn't qualify. We wouldn't want them to come and spend time and their resources, and it wouldn't even be something that would apply. Apply early, call her with questions, and she'll walk you through it and let you know if you do have a project or an event that could qualify. And you do need to be a 501c3, so you do need to be that. You have to be a nonprofit.
And what's that deadline date?
The 30th. It's April 30th.
April 30th.
So it's coming up.
Yes. And we posted about it on our social media page as well, and the links are there, and it's on our website.
And if you really need some more information about your specific event, the city does pay for a subscription to a thing called Placer, which actually is tracking cell phone data. I call it Little Big Brother. It's not quite tracking all your stuff, but it is tracking some stuff. And I can tell who's staying where they're not the person,
No.
the cell phone. I don't want all your information, but we can track to see how many people did actually stay overnight. It's a very good tool to help give you guys the data you need to get the money that you need. The county also does accommodations if you guys want to go through that area, and they have this a very similar process.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions about the reports? Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to unfinished business. We have a public hearing and final reading of ordinance 4502. Mr. Moore, would you please address that?
Yes, sir. It's ordinance 4503 I have on mine.
Oh,
0-
4503. It's
Yes, sir.
mistyped in the.
That's all right. An ordinance to lease the property at 149 West Carolina Avenue to Darlington County Humane Society to present. This is the retail therapy store downtown. We lease this to them annually, a discounted rate, to give them the kind of a front for the operational side of their business.
Okay. We can open public hearing for this topic only. Does anybody want to say anything about using this facility for lease? Okay, we'll close that. I'll ask for a motion to approve this ordinance 4503.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we approve ordinance 4503.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right. Okay, the next one, public hearing, final reading of ordinance 4504 to approve the lease of approximately 3.5 acres, 3.4 of behind the residences of 14th Streets with access from Sparrow Avenue.
Yes, sir. So it's an ordinance to approve the lease of approximately 3.4 acres, plus or minus. Sorry, not steal my thunder, it's all right. A property located behind the residence of 14th Apartments with access from Sparrow Avenue, tax map parcel numbers 03516020292 and 03604010013 to the Community Foundation for a Better Hartsville for the Rooted in Hartsville Garden Community. To present, this is a renewal of the one-year lease that we had already approved last year. The group is revamped and ready to go. They have started planning again, and they would like another one-year extension on their lease. We are recommending that we go forward with it to give them another shot.
Okay. Would anyone in the public like to make comment about this particular motion or this ordinance? Okay, we'll close that. We'll take a motion to approve 4504.
So moved. Second.
Second. All in favor?
Any
Aye.
discussion?
Oh, is there any discussion?
Yes. I just wanted to state on this is the second year that we're allowing them to do this. So I want to refresh everyone's memory that Hartsville had a community garden right there on 5th Street by the cookout. And if it does not pan out, we need to look at another way of doing it.
We'll give them another year here to try to make it
Yeah.
work.
If this year doesn't pan out, I want to see
Okay.
a revamp.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? No, motion passes. All right. We have public hearing and final reading for ordinance 4505.
Yes, sir. It's an ordinance of the City of Hartsville, South Carolina, to amend the Hartsville City Code by repealing Appendix A, Zoning, Appendix B, Subdivision and Land Development Regulations, Chapter 66, Planning, Chapter 11, Historic Preservation, Chapter 86, Vegetation, Chapter 14, Business Article 4, Outdoor Cafes, and Article 8, Sexually Oriented Businesses, to replace the Appendix A, the City of Hartsville Unified Development Ordinance. This is to repeal the entire unified, our development code to put in place a unified development ordinance that we have been working on for the last close to 8 months or so. This is a very important step for the city to move forward with modernizing our zoning code so that we can be proactive in business recruitment and helping our citizens get everything they need in the zoning world.
Okay. Would anybody like to address this topic? Open up for citizens to speak, public comment? None? Okay, we'll close it. All right, we'll ask for a motion to approve ordinance 4505.
Mr. Mayor, I so move that we approve ordinance 4505.
Second. All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Okay, motion carries. I would like to reiterate what Mr. Moore said. This was a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting, and Mr. Moore, thank you for what you've done. And Brandon also, Mr. Brown, there's a lot of work that went into this, and I'm very excited. I spoke to some developers, and they said, I wanted them to come here, look at some piece of land. They said, well, your codes are really outdated. And I said, hold on a minute. Let me show you this. And they got pretty excited. So it's already having its impact. Okay, that's that one. We'll move on to new business. First reading of ordinance 4503.
Mhm.
Resolution.
Resolution.
Oh, what am I missing?
Look at your big screen. Look at
Oh, I got 9D right here, I'm sorry. All right, so we got a resolution for authorizing all necessary actions related to acquisition of vehicle.
Yes, sir. This is Resolution 042601, authorizing all necessary action related to the acquisition of a vehicle for the Hartsville Fire Department. This was an unbudgeted vehicle. When we moved some vehicles around in the fire department, we were able to sell some outdated vehicles and then move forward with the purchase for the assistant chief position. The total price is close to $45,000, but with the sales of proceeds, it actually comes down to about a little over about $7,000 in total for us after sales. So we would appreciate your favorable consideration, and this will be part of a budget amendment in May.
Okay, just the first reading.
Just the resolution, just authorization to move forward with this.
So we're making authorization. We need to make a motion.
Just a resolution, just have to approve it and we move on.
Approve resolution. Okay, all right, next resolution.
No,
No.
You need to approve it first.
We need to approve, we voted to approve it, excuse me. I need to
Approve it
vote
and
to-
move on, yeah.
I'll make a motion.
I need you to do that first.
I entertain a motion to approve the resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I so move that we approve resolution 0426-01.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, we have not had discussion. I'm sorry, I'm having a rough day today.
Look at
Is
your
there any
big-
discussion?
Just look at your big screen.
I just want to just thank the fire department. Anytime they get creative in this way and find old assets they're not using and take the initiative to try to have a cost savings for something they do need, we absolutely appreciate it over here. That is the definition of being good steward
Good
of
teamwork.
taxpayer dollars. To get that down to just $7,000 that they're going to have to pay after selling older assets, I really appreciate that.
Well done, thank you. Okay, any discussion? Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, it passes. Resolution passes. All right, next resolution.
Yes, sir. This is Resolution 042602. This is approval of award to authorize expenditure of a portion of the American Rescue Plan Act funds by the city of Hartsville. This is a long project we've been working on for quite some time. As you guys know, we're trying to do update our camera system across the city. We had done significant improvements to the infrastructure, but we were having trouble running into some of the more antiquated systems across the city. It led to the improvements being halted because we couldn't move any forward. So we have found a company that has worked with several communities throughout the area to replace, using the remaining portion of our American Rescue Plan Act funds that we designated for cameras, to replace all the outdoor cameras at once. to then be working in full order within, I believe 90 days is what he quoted us to do. So we would recommend that we move forward with this request. We certainly can discuss any questions you guys have about it, but this would be fixing the system as you guys asked us to do.
Okay, entertain a motion for this resolution.
I got a question.
You
Okay,
need a
code
motion?
links.
Mr.
Do
Mayor,
a
you need a motion on the
first, and then
table.
we can
We gotta-
vote.
Let's make a motion, then we'll have discussion. Entertain a motion.
Mr.
Mr.
Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I so moved that we approve resolution 04-2602.
Second.
Second. Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. Okay, the original company was Code Links that merged. So what's our liability or what we expended so far out of this money?
So when we looked into, we had appropriated close to $600,000 for this. We had spent a significant portion of that, close to $200,000 of that, to make improvements. Once we started purchasing some of the cameras, though, and they stopped working, we stopped that process. So we did lose a little bit of money on that side, and that's when we halted the project to move to find a better solution. So of the remaining portion, we have enough to cover, assuming this cost does not go up because it's after April. We do potentially see a 20% increase, as I noted in my email, but we are asking for the $300,000 for ARPA to be spent, and then we will fund the different remaining balance of, I believe, $60,000 from general fund. But that's not necessary in this ARPA resolution.
So,
So we're going to be spending all 600, and you have a working camera system.
okay, yeah, right, okay, what kind of guarantee we're gonna have is gonna be working? That's
Well, well, the point was is that when we started looking at the older infrastructure, it needed cellular, solar, there was power issues, there was Wi-Fi issues. So this is moving away from all those situations and going to more of a cellular solution, which will have uptime that we can monitor 100% of the time.
And how are we vetting this company?
So we did speak to several different companies, and we spoke to the city that we talked to earlier, and both the chief, the old chief, and the city manager recommended. They did have an issue in the past, but the gentleman's wife had passed away, so that was the situation that they were referring to. Okay.
Did we speak with Terrell?
We did. They have a flock safety system. This is not that system.
Okay.
We needed something a little different than what they were using.
So we really need to get this camera system going.
Yes.
This has been probably 10 years. because
it's
it
a system that's been
started
built over
over-
the last 10 to 15 years
Yeah.
that has been, and it's been built on older system upon older system. So this
And
is moving away from that and going forward.
Yeah,
to
and at the time, I questioned it,
Yes, ma'am.
and, you know, there were some private meetings held and that kind of thing. So I want to make sure that who we're doing this business with, that we all know who they are, that we've completely vetted them, and that everything is on board, so that we won't have a camera that's supposed to work today, and then we keep it for 3 years and it doesn't work.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't want to see, we don't want to revisit that. So thank you so much.
That was exactly our goal, was to not have to worry about this going forward, because we have had those problems in the past. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
All parks included, Daniel.
Yes, so our interior cameras are still working. We have no problem with those, but it's all the outdoor systems. So Byerly Park will be on it. I believe all the intersections that we already have in there. The only thing that's excluded right now is City Hall, because that's working and in fine order, and some of our other interior buildings. But the outside system will be replaced completely.
Is it all parks, or just Byerly, or?
No, any park that has a camera that we need, yes. I believe we have cameras on.
Pride,
don't know if-
Lawton?
We need to be mindful.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion?
So, Mr. Manager, could you get me a copy of, or a count of how many cameras we have in the city right now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you say all of those cameras that are not functioning are going to be replaced?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Uh,
Because
well,
we have some places that actually need cameras, and the camera is a block away.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'd like to work with you and speak with you
Absolutely.
more
So
about
we
that.
looked at what we have existing right now and any type of additional cameras that we need to add, if that is required, we absolutely can look into this.
Yeah.
This is replacing close to 150 cameras? It's close to 200 cameras.
Yeah.
So we're
with-
replacing all the cameras with a
Yes.
new
Right.
system.
We're
And then-
completely,
okay.
so the system has been built, again, some of these cameras are 10-plus years old.
Mhm.
They exist, and they don't work.
I know.
So this is moving forward with completely new cameras that will now work.
Not just broken ones, but all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them.
Okay.
This was a long process to get right. And I do want to thank the police department for the lot of work they put into this to really try and get something going. We feel the frustration as much as you guys do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a long process because people that had knowledge and information about cameras and that type thing were left out and shut out. So this way, going forward, we know exactly what's going to be going on.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
100%.
Okay, any other discussion?
That's it.
We have a motion, a second. We had discussion. We are all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes. Okay, first reading of ordinance 4506.
Yes, sir. It's an ordinance to lease office space located on a property at 147 West Carolina Avenue to Community Foundation for a Better Hartsville. To present, this is one of the offices that we have located at the back of the key. The Community Foundation for Better Hartsville is a foundation within Hartsville. We use it with our accommodations as one of the partners that we have as a designee for 30% of that, but then that passes through and comes to us for use. So we do value them in the community. They kind of do operate separately from us, though, but we have felt that giving them office space is warranted and appropriate use of that space.
Okay, entertain a motion, first reading.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we pass ordinance 4506,
Or pass ordinance or pass the first reading, I guess.
first reading.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, sir. I would like to visit the facility one day.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I have two questions. Can everybody hear me? I was told I need to speak close to the mic. Okay, so my first question is, how much is the lease for this year?
Let me pull that up 1 second, Mr.
I
Councilman.
think it's $5, I
I
think.
think it's a $5. Yeah. And we have additional office space that we have let nonprofits use if they need it. The Governor's School was the one before we'd let use it. Now we use it as a key. The human resources right next door. So we have some space. So it's kind of a $5 agreement.
Gotcha. And I appreciate you sending me all that information
Yes, sir.
about the accommodations tax. So thank you with that. And then my second question about it is, other than moving the, what was the figure again, $70,000 through the foundation,
Depends on the year, but yeah.
okay. So what other benefits do we get from this partnership with the foundation? Is it just that, or are there other things that they're partnering with us on?
So currently, we would use them if we were applying for accommodations tax to go through. We are not going to be doing that this year. And as far as the benefit, they are another foundation within Hartsville. I do serve as ex officio on their board, and right now they're getting into more of venture capitalists and assisting agencies through that. They, for instance, are the group that is sponsoring the Rooted in Hartsville Community Garden. So they have a board. Martin Driggers is the chairman, Curtis Lee is the vice chair, and then Hal Cummings is the treasurer. And they have a makeup of groups from people in Governor's School, GSSM, Sunoco, and other entities that are part of their board. And right now they have kind of revamped what they're doing. A big part of what they do right now is Hartsville for Ukrainians. So they are the primary sponsor for those 30 individuals, I believe,
25, I think.
25 who are in Hartsville.
Mhm.
So I think that they do serve the community in different ways. I think that we have other office space. I would love to see other organizations that need it, potentially. I think this is a great resource for us, as long as we have office space and don't kick out my current staff. I don't think it's a problem. But that's primarily what they do for us right now.
And I just think that needs to be broader, because right now it's in a silo,
Yes, ma'am.
and I would rather see that broader.
Sure. Well, I think it'd be important to, and I certainly would welcome you guys to invite them to come to council and talk about what they are doing.
Let's do that. We've done that.
They are a separate entity from us, but the city has facilitated some partnership with them.
Yeah, we've done that. We've invited them to council, and they've told us what they were gonna do. But I do not see that it's the diversity that it needs to have, so that way it still operates sort of in a silo. So that's why I wanna bring them back and we go further
Sure.
with that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say too, not just for accommodations, Chastity, I know we've used them for other grants in the past when we need to, from time to time, there will be other grants. If
Yeah.
they have to be, have a 501c3, that is who we utilize. If we're
Yeah.
able that they do that. One thing that they haven't done in the past, and I will continue to fight for that, they haven't ever charged us administrative costs. Typically you do, that's a part of the grant from time to time, if we utilize them as our 501c3. But since we do this for them, I feel like it's a good gesture that they don't charge us that fee.
And that could be about 3% on the grant sometimes, yeah.
And they don't charge us that, and I will continue to, and this gives me a good way for that by allowing them the office space.
And it's for their executive director, by the way.
And
This
I
isn't-
wanna,
He is doing a great job. He's already communicating with Chelsea and I a lot to make sure all of their accounting is in order. And so far, I've enjoyed working with him.
and I just want us to work closer with them and include some other people.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, we had a motion. Any more discussion?
I'm good.
Got a motion, second discussion? No more discussion? All in favor? Uh-huh. No,
No, this, no.
Point of order,
Po-
Mayor.
Point of,
Mayor.
point of order,
No.
Mr. Mayor.
Ma'am,
Point of
we
order.
can't take discussion from the public. I can talk to you afterwards, though.
I'll be glad to as well.
Sure,
Yeah.
we'll talk to you afterwards.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
We gotta follow Robert's rules. So we've had discussion. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No? All right, resolution passes, ordinance passes. Okay, we're going to enter into executive session pursuant to SE Code FOIA Section 30470A12 for discussion of appointments to various city boards, committees, and commissions, proposed contractual arrangements for proposed transfer of property, and city manager performance evaluation.
Mr.
This
Mayor.
is a closed meeting. Yeah,
Good.
we're
You
gonna,
gotta get your
we're just a
motion,
closed
please,
meeting,
please.
and so,
Give us 5. Give us 5.
You got to get a motion on the floor.
what?
You got to get a motion.
Yeah,
We need a
gotta
motion
finish the
first.
We need a motion